Hello everybody, and welcome to Non Sequitur News for August 15th, 2025. We are live, but I'm tapping into the 24-hour stream to do the show. It'll be included in the replay. I am MayorWatt. I run ohmTown.com. It's a news aggregation site. And today we're going to be talking about a new Snoopy musical special. Bank robbers head to casino with loot. ChatGPT app makes billions. 3D printed neighborhood. Notorious boar's head plant reopens. 10 people died. 26 million-year-old shark whale. An electric pit bike, unbeatable Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy card, a removable mini SSD for handhelds, and a kiloton of bongo cats. That and more powered by ohmTown.com. It's a news aggregation site. Today is Friday, and that means tomorrow we won't be streaming live on Saturday or Sunday, but there will be six shows that are broadcast. So those shows are RealityHacker, which I really love doing live. I would love to be able to sit and hang out with people and talk about the stuff. Wanted and the Continuity Report, which is about entertainment. So Wanted is about gadgets and gear, and the Continuity Report is about entertainment. And then on Sunday is WarCrafters, Technology Today, and FourWheelTech. So WarCrafters is about gaming, primarily first-person shooter, survival, base building, crafting, and kind of casual games, comfy games. Technology Today is a deeper dive into science, and if I can, I roll science fiction into it, and then also Sunday is FWT or FourWheelTech, which is about automotive industry stuff. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first Snoopy musical special in 37 years has been kicked off by Apple TV, who premiered this. A part of its exclusive deal with Peanuts, Apple TV Plus. Today premieres Snoopy Presents a Summer Musical. This is the latest original Snoopy special to air on the platform, and this one stands out because it's a song-filled musical. The last time Peanuts premiered a new musical was 37 years ago, more than 37 years ago. The new special celebrates summer camp, which do people still go to summer camps? I don't know. Charlie Brown is trying to make his last year at campus special as possible. Meanwhile, Snoopy and Woodstock find a treasure map that leads them on an adventure. The article is over at 9to5mac.com. Benjamin Mayo put the article together. I dig Snoopy and well, the whole Peanuts gang. This is pretty cool. We're gonna have to go. I'm probably gonna end up watching this as soon as the show is done. And we'll check it out, and then we'll talk about it maybe on the Continuity Report tomorrow. Yeah. So with a runtime of 40 minutes, there's quite a lot of music to enjoy. The original songs include When We Were Light, Look Up Charlie Brown, Leave It Better, Best Time Ever, A Place Like This. You can find the full playlist over on Apple Music. Apple's deal with producer WildBrain makes it the exclusive streaming home of everything to do with Peanuts. Go and check it out. And today's show notes are going to be embedded in into ohmTown and into the show notes over on the YouTube. In fact, I guess I can do it right now while we're talking. And we'll go on to this next article, which is over in Rounder's Gear, which is all about table gaming like poker. But this one is kind of fascinating because alleged bank robbers head to casino with stolen loot. That's right. Why? It's kind of nutty that they would do something like this. But apparently they robbed the bank and then they went to the casino to spend it. So where's the first place that you'll go to spend the money that you just robbed from a bank? If you're these two numbnuts, according to the police in San Carlos, Arizona, you drive 61 miles from the bank you just robbed to a tribal casino and get arrested on its floor. The article is by Corey Levitan over at casino.org. Yeah. Don't do that. Better yet, don't rob a bank to fuel your need to. I don't know. It's a weird. Maybe there's some context as to why they would do this. I'm not trying to forgive them for what they were doing. I mean, you try to avoid doing everything you can, but why would you go rob a bank and then go mess around with your addiction to gambling? So it says investigators allege that they dropped off the two at the bank entrance, or one dropped off the other at the bank entrance, then they were handed just $10,000, claiming that they had a weapon. After fleeing the scene, the pair stopped at a Walmart parking lot where they wrapped the cash in foil and stashed it in their vehicle. And the next stop was the Apache Gold Casino Resort located in San Carlos Apache Reservation. A search warrant helped uncover $2,000 in the vehicle. I guess they spent the others. So dreamy. The next article is over in Mobile. And ChatGPT mobile app makes $2 billion, $2.91 at install at a time. The chatbot has racked up an estimated 690 million downloads globally per new data, which also showed a gulf between OpenAI and its rivals. Yeah, it is amazing just how deep that gulf is, by the way. There is a massive amount between things like OpenAI and Grok, which didn't even break into the hundreds of millions from my understanding. Not even the 50 million, if I remember correctly, but it's kind of a nightmare of a... I mean, the well that it dips for human knowledge is pretty damn shallow, if you ask me. But I won't belabor this. If you want today's show notes, you can type in !NSN in the chat over on Twitch, and ohmTown will spit the articles out in the order that we're going over them. There you go. And they are currently embedded in the YouTube video. They'll be in the VOD as well as this live stream. And then I upload the video as a separate item within a category. Because the live stream and the rest of the library don't seem to play well with each other. Live streams don't integrate with the rest of the library of nearly 3,000 videos that I've done over the last 3.5 years. We're in month 8 of year 4. So pretty amazing how time flies. Well, anyway, the chatbot has racked up an estimated 690 million downloads globally per new data, which also showed a gulf between OpenAI and its rivals. So what do you think the nearest competitor is, right? So Grok, January to July app revenue is roughly 25.6 million. And they say roughly. I don't believe some numbers that come out of some companies. I used to accept the data. But not everybody is playing with the same deck of cards as of late. Average monthly downloads for ChatGPT now stand at about 45 million, an increase of 180% from the 16 million average seen in January to July period of last year. Total downloads so far in 2025, 318 million, up from 113 million during the same period in 2024. People are basically starting to trust more OpenAI and trying to become more made aware of it and just kind of utilize it more. Even academia is starting to accept it more. Let's keep going. The next article is over in Constructed. Houston breaks ground on a 3D printed neighborhood for affordable housing. This stuff really needs to be done for general contracted work too, but for whatever reason, 3D printing companies seem to be focusing on affordable housing. I think that that's great. Don't get me wrong, but I think 3D printing needs to be accepted by the general population. But I guess as time goes on, it will eventually be accepted. I would totally accept a 3D printed house. Your seat at the additive manufacturing advantage awaits. You can go and register for free for this little AMA, Energy and AMA. There's a whole event that's taking place. And it's part of the industry, AMA Energy and AMA Automotive and Mobility. Go and find out more about it by going over to 3dprintingindustry.com. This particular article is put together by Ada Shektang. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. Send me an email from mayor@ohmTown.com. So, developed in partnership with Coal Pine Builders in the city of Houston, Zurich Gardens is part of the city's affordable home development program and is intended for households earning up to 120% of the area median income. Zurich Gardens was born from the frustration of watching hardworking families get priced out of safe, resilient housing. 3D printed houses are much more resilient than any other twig and nail construction. It's ridiculous that this would be something that is kind of treated. Whenever you hear about 3D printed communities, it's always in the guise of some affordability kind of thing. But the industry and society needs to accept 3D printing as this is a superior process. It can withstand massive amounts of water and rain, weathering, etc. The wind, just nothing gets blown away. When you pull the roof off of a regular house, the walls fall over. But you can pull the roof off of a 3D printed house and hunker down inside a room that is smaller but better protected, like the bathroom, and the wind would just blow right over you and nothing would happen. The roof might come off, but the walls won't fall down. You could barricade yourself inside the house and water won't infiltrate. Why? Because it's a contiguous system. It's one big block of cement. I think that it's superior. It says the development will consist of 80 homes, each averaging 1,360 square feet and priced in the mid to high $200,000 range, which I think is extraordinarily high anyway. Every home will have 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a dedicated office or flexible space, and a covered patio with buyers potentially qualifying for up to $125,000 in down payment assistance from the city. While the two planned home designs share the same size and layout, they differ in placement of the office or flexible space. And they go into greater detail about how this is going to be all laid out. I think this is pretty cool. I wish it was more wide open and more green space, but it is what it is. I cannot believe that $200,000 is treated as affordable housing, but again, it is what it is. So good on them for putting it together, and I wish the community luck. The next article is over on the channel. Notorious Boar's Head plan to reopen a year after a listeria outbreak killed 10. Yeah. Boar's Head has an unwavering commitment to food safety and quality, the company said, except that 10 people died. And Matt Novak over at Gizmodo.com put the article together. I think it's a horrendous thing that happened. There were warning signs. The company had closed the plant indefinitely after a liverwurst package there had been linked to deaths. The shocking report from the New York Times shortly after the Boar's Head recall explained that the plant had evidence of meat that was exposed to wet ceilings, extensive rust, the presence of green mold. Last month, the USDA lifted the suspension on the plant's ability to operate after Food Safety and Inspection Service provided evidence that it could operate safely, according to the Post. This article is again by Matt Novak over at Gizmodo.com. The USDA non-compliance reports obtained by the AP came from January 1st to July 23rd, 2025. And also note that staff sometimes didn't wash their hands. The Boar's Head plant, located in Forest City, Arkansas, Newcastle, Indiana, Petersburg, Virginia, and the AP spoke with food safety experts who said that they were surprised that Boar's Head seemingly hadn't fixed its sanitation problems after such a deadly outbreak.
There's more to this, but
food safety is an important thing, and who knows if people will bounce back from this and trust Boar's Head, but I certainly don't. Let's keep going, though. The next article is over in Technology Today. And it can happen to anybody, by the way. Like, this kind of thing can happen to a company, but it certainly scales. When you have warning signs and you don't take any action, I just don't see how a company can recover from this. But Chipotle did too. They never figured out where the Listeria outbreak from them manifested. They just had no idea. They said that it might have been in the lettuce, but it hasn't happened since. And I don't think anybody passed away from that. Anyway, bizarre 26-million-year-old fossil of a shark whale discovered in Australia. It's a 26-million-year-old fossil from Victoria has been unveiled, a small shark-toothed whale that sheds new light on the origins of today's baleen giants. It had large eyes, razor-sharp teeth, compact body built for hunting. Juicetus Dillardi. Looking nothing like today's gentle giants. There might be a picture of this on the other side. A artist representation of this. Museum Victoria put the article together. It's posted over at sitedaily.com. And so says the find provides rare insight into the early evolution of baleen whales, the filter-feeding giants that now cruise our oceans. The fossil partial skull with ear bones and teeth was discovered in June 2019. I guess it's sat somewhere for a long time. Recognizing its scientific significance, Bill generously donated it to museums Victoria, where researchers carefully prepared and studied the fossil in recognition of its contribution. This new species is named after them. Ross Dullard. So now it is called Juicetus Dillardi. So I'm not sure where the Jan comes from. Anyway, I think the cetus is whale. It's related to whale cetaceans. So the research published today in the prestigious Zoological Journal of the Linnean Society identifies Juicetus Dillardi as a juvenile baby whale just over 2 meters long. Despite its small size, it belonged to a group known as the Mammalodontids, which are early whales that lived during the Oligocene epoch, around 30 to 23 million years ago. Cool. All right, the next article is over in FourWheelTech. That's one of our weekend shows. This electric bike, pit bike, can allow anyone to do a wheelie. Pretty cool. It promises to make even the world's worst wheelie popper look like an expert by lifting the front wheel with just the press of a button. I don't know how that actually works. Justin Hughes over at jalopnik.com put the article together. And aside from wearing the leather jacket and saying, nothing makes you look cooler. On a motorcycle than popping a wheelie, they say they're terrible at them. The author does. Justin Hughes says they're terrible at them. Despite many years on two wheels, they even struggle to do small, practical wheelies. Yeah, some people are really like in tune with their equipment. Might need to rephrase that. But anyway, I think that it's really neat when people are really good at doing stuff that like it's just a seamless part of their body. When they do like BMX jumps and flips and like just some people are just born naturally talented at doing things on like a motorcycle or in a car or skydiving or swimming or all kinds of music, art, etc. I've always struggled with everything. I'm a talentless hack, folks. I just like talking about news and talking to people about news. So I hope you come by and hang out with me here in ohmTown. So it says not just for wheelies, but who are we kidding? There's no skill required to wheelie the wheelie fun bike. That's right. The bike will help you learn those skills if you wish. An alternate digital wheelie bar mode will leave the wheelies to you, but save you from tipping over backwards if you lean back too far. I guess it has something that
stops it from.
So if it's lean to accelerated characteristics sound a lot like a one wheel, that's no coincidence. That's the world that founder Jeff McCosker comes from. He also runs the Float Life, offering a wide variety of one-wheel upgrades and accessories. Why not use the same logic in a two-wheeler to turn it into a self-stabilizing one-wheeler? The Wheelie Fun Bike is available for pre-order for a $300 deposit. You can also pay the full $3,000 now to receive the limited Founders Edition and get yours before everyone else. That's about the same as a used Honda Grom, Kawasaki Z125 or similar. The website does not say whether or not it will be street legal. It's a big gray area for electric bikes anyway. Pretty cool. Let's see here. The Wheelie Fun Bike has a top speed of 35 miles per hour, a range of about 30 miles. It has a 10 amp hour, 72 watt or 84 volt max battery, with a 20 amp hour version to be released later this year or later. It's just says not this year, but later. And a maximum power of 5,000 watts of power. Let's move on. The next article is over in WarCrafters. One Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy card is virtually unbeatable, with almost 600 cards included in this next set, not counting eternal products. And over 5 years of work, Magic the Gathering's Final Fantasy set is one of the most successful in the history of the game, if not the most successful. Between a lot of hype Final Fantasy gamers and some Magic the Gathering veterans, the set's sales in a single day amount to an eye-watering $200 million, showing the sheer potential of universes beyond products timed just right. Final Fantasy set may not be for everyone, but it does contain multiple great cards from a mechanical standpoint. So, Andrea Trauma put the article together over at GameRant.com. And the set spawned several new decks or made existing ones stronger or even weaker. In some cases, I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, as a matter of fact, about this. The simple fact that people are buying a bunch of them, but they're not actually like the players. Sometimes they are players, but they're really speculators that play the game because they know that somebody's going to want to buy the cards from them. And so they kind of suck the fun out of it for me because I'm not really much of a speculator. But I don't want to pay exorbitant prices for a card game simply because somebody has this idea that there's a limited run and they're going to get phased out at some point and become ever more expensive. It's just kind of frustrating. Anyway, this OP card is none other than is it colored blue and red Vivi Ornatier, the little mage from Final Fantasy IX. So why is it so OP? The Vivi card, it's reshaping the meta in this format. Standard may be a notch above others with how Vivi is affecting it. Wizards of the Coast released a post in June 2025 discussing some bans in Standard affecting the most powerful decks in the format in order to slow it down a bit and allow more variety and room to breathe. However, Vivi is now very much dominating Standard on two fronts, as it's a key part of the Is It Cauldron deck, and then it has its place secured in Is It Prowess too, albeit the latter is seeing much less play by comparison. It's just frustrating because people have already mastered this, and you just build a deck and you dominate. And only through random chance and maybe your lack of skill, or in my case, my lack of skill, do you lose using a more powerful deck. But it is what it is. I find it really interesting that this is just what I'm going to see. I'm a cooler. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to start buying into Magic the Gathering, and it's going to wane. Just warning. Just warning you. So Magic the Gathering's November 2025 bans may include Vivi Ornatier. Formats like Vintage, Timeless, Historic, Alchemy don't see a lot of Vivi action, but Commander and Brawl do. Since its edition, Vivi has seen a lot of play and has sparked several discussions regarding its legality. But it's part of the game. So if you sit there and manipulate the rules, then it's no longer part of the game. The game doesn't really matter anymore because you're just making shit up. Okay, let's keep going though. The next article is over on the Wanted channel. Tiny removable mini SSD could eventually be a big deal for gaming handhelds. Earlier this year, Nintendo helped popularize the micro SD Express standard by requiring it for the new Switch 2 console. Created in 2019, the specification had languished in relative obscurity for years. Basically, this is the Sony type of storage device, but whereas Sony has always lost to other formats, at least in the last 30 years. I guess Nintendo is just forcing this, and it's going to be the standard. Most hardware didn't support micro SD Express cards in the first place, it says. However, Nintendo's console needed performance closer to that of internal SSDs, so given the more powerful Switch 2, the more powerful the SSD internal kind of thing. This card can rise to that occasion, but the article is over at arstechnica.com. Andrew Cunningham put the article together. I've seen various things about this now. I find it really interesting because the technology is always evolving. But now, for however long the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be the dominant force, you're going to have to purchase this. So follow the money, I suppose. The report from Verge says that the Chinese company called Baiwen has developed a mini SSD, a 15 by 17 millimeter thick card that supports read speeds of up to 3,700 megabytes, capital B is bytes, little b is bits, per second due to two-lane PCI Express 4.0 interface. The current micro SD Express standard can support roughly the same peak speeds when connected to two PCIe 4 lanes, but in reality, most of today's cards top out around 900 megabytes per second, roughly the amount of bandwidth available from a single PCI Express 3 lane. So the mini SSD card isn't and may never be a formally ratified standard, but it does aim to solve a real problem for portable gaming systems, the need for fast storage. But we should always evolve. But it needs to be backward compatible, but you can't always do that. But at least accept an interface so that you can slow down. Or you should accept a slower path using some type of interface, some type of card that transfers at the native speed, but can cache the slower speeds interface. You know what I'm saying? So be backward compatible is what I'm getting at. But they're referring to this as mini SSD. Wow. So in total, nearly 17 gigabytes of storage needed for The Last of Us data unrelated to graphics, wrote author Nick Evanson. That's larger than an entire game from their 2010 sample. This pattern was consistent across nearly all the Godzilla-sized games that they examined. A TechSpot 2023 analysis suggested that the game size had increased at an average rate of roughly 6.3 gigabytes per year between 2012 and 2023. Games that come in over 100 gigabytes aren't the norm, but they aren't hard to find either, they say in this article. Yeah, they're getting pretty big. So I have a 1 terabyte M.2 SSD laying around waiting for me to install it. On my main machine. So let's keep going. The next article is over on WarCrafters. Bongo Cat, still one of the biggest games on Steam, even bigger with multiplayer, because now you can have up to 100 cats on your screen at once, all of them happily bapping away as their owners type. Back in April, they discovered Bongo Cat, a silly idle game about a cat with a hat who smacks your screen when you type. Silly, but also huge. Bongo Cat was one of the biggest games on Steam. Okay, Boomer. At the time, holding the number 12 spot on Steam's most played chart. 4 months later, still riding high on the charts. Earlier this week, it got even better because Bongo Cat now has multiplayer. The co-op MayorWatt. That's broken. Update launched earlier this week, enabling up to 100 cats to come together in a proper clouder of screen-slapping cats. Andy Chalk over at PCGamer.com put the article together. Bongo Cat got fans? Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, the co-op multiplayer update launched earlier this week, enabling up to 100 cats to come together. Dun, dun, dun. And there's a little sample of it. There's
no
no
interactivity
in the multiplayer mode. The closest you can get is clicking on your cat to make them say meow meow. Wow. So, Bongo Cat multiplayer Twitch stream. You better believe it. They say yes, they're in there. Bongo Cat FM is offline right now, so I can show you. It's an embed in PCGamer.com. So you can see on Steam DB that Bongo Cat's player numbers have dropped precipitously near the end of July from around 150,000 concurrents and often much higher to a 24-hour peak of 94,505. That Bongo Cat creator Marcel Zuraka told Eurogamer is the result of a crackdown on bots, which reportedly made up roughly half of the old concurrent player numbers. Yikes. Bots? It's a casual game. You just have it sitting there. Anyway. So we're going to bongo our way back to the front page of ohmTown.com, which is the news aggregation site. That's all news, no noise. I haven't zoomed in a little bit, but there's usually 6 icons at the top until you're logged in. Then you get a 7th one where you can submit news for evaluation and possible inclusion into the show. Give it a shot. Yeah, give it a try. That said, I'm out of here, and we'll see you tomorrow. And there's going to be a replay of everything, so see you in a little bit. Bye-bye.